I was on a late shift in Southampton City in Hampshire, and Hampshire is my force area, so I wanted to spend time with my colleagues on, what was a concern to many police officers about what was the night going to present. And early on in the shift, it was pretty normal, to be honest. We were spending time talking to some door staff and people who were working in and around the bars and the restaurants. And the social distancing was certainly being observed within the premises. It wasn't a problem at all. What was happening though is the normal side of policing continued, and in fact, it was a really busy night. So we had domestic violence, we had antisocial behaviour. We had one man walking naked down the middle of the road, but maybe that's something to do with the full moon rather than the easing of lockdown. But then, as the night went on and the alcohol started flowing, then it was just like any other normal Saturday evening that you'd have to police in any city environment. And it ranged from people who had had far too much to drink, who wanted to hug you, to wanting to punch you. And that's unfortunately normal for policing. Within the bars and the restaurants, I think the staff were absolutely doing everything they could to manage those within the premises. But the issue for policing was when they were outside, and there was no social distancing whatsoever. And the difficulty for policing is when you have a mix of alcohol. And I spoke to a lot of people, predominantly younger people, who were out and about last night, no great surprise. And it's clear that they were desperate to get out and have a drink with their friends. It had been built up for many, many months. And they were in party mode, a lot of them. But trying to get them to socially distance was impossible, because if you pushed it so much, then it would turn to aggression. And, we just didn't want that. We didn't want that. So it was, thankfully, and I've spoken to a number of colleagues across England who were policing last night, and the issue was with social distancing. It wasn't carnage on the streets as had been predicted. I know many officers had been dragged in from different areas that had their shift extended. So we had more resilience, but that's not sustainable. We can't do that forever.